Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube, or hello and welcome if you are brand new here. My name is Chloe Swift. I'm a professional hairstylist and hair care expert, and today I thought I'd bring you a video all about hair care and exactly what you're putting in your hair. I honestly lose track of the amount of questions I get when it comes to hair care and hair products. So yeah, I really thought I'd just give you a rundown of my top favorite rated products. This is going to apply for all hair types, all hair textures, because I'm a professional stylist. If they're not suitable for me, I've used them on other people, so I've formed an opinion that way. Strap in, because we're going to address fine hair, damaged hair, curly hair, thick hair, oily hair, all of these scalp and hair concerns, just the products that I really rate and that I recommend. So let's go. First up, we're going to kick it off with something easy, and we're going to talk through the shampoos and conditioners because everyone uses shampoo and conditioner. So I'm going to break it down into categories of like hair type and what you're looking for, and then I've got like top 3 in each category. So starting off with dry hair, unless you're just super lucky and you've just got super luscious, healthy, silky hair, most people will have dry hair. Myself personally, I've got dry hair because it's naturally wavy. Any of you who have got a natural wave, or especially if you've got curly hair, your hair will naturally be drier. So my top all-time favorite shampoo and conditioner that I love to use for my hair, it's amazing for dry hair types, is the Hairstars Nutritive range. And in particular, the shampoo that I love is the Band Satin 2, and then you've got the Mask Intense, which is a hair mask. I love the fact that they do 2 versions of the shampoo, so if your hair is just kind of normal to just slightly dry, then you can use the Band Satin 1, or I think they've just rebranded it as just Band Satin. Or if your hair is more dry and more porous, so hair like mine where it can take more product, it can hold more product, and something a little bit heavier, then you've got the Band Satin 2. And then the conditioner, or more so the mask that goes with this, is in the Mask Intense. So this is just thicker and richer. It smells amazing, it's super nourishing and hydrating for the hair, and yeah, just one of my all-time favorites. Next up, we've got the Pureology Hydrate range. I absolutely love this range. None of these that I'm talking about in this category are heavy, by the way. If you've got dry, porous hair, they're just going to really hydrate the hair, make it feel silky, soft, yeah, really nourished and moisturized. So they are 100% vegan, and the conditioner is really pepperminty, which is actually quite surprising for like a hydrating range. Feels amazing on the scalp if you do put conditioner on your scalp. Another favorite of mine. Then we have a shampoo and conditioner that I've literally just finished using, and I really recommend it. The Fenty Hair, the rich one. They come in like a pump form, so it just pumps out the perfect amount. It smells really coconutty, smells amazing, but yeah, great for dry hair types or curly textured hair. If you've got dry hair, you would just know it anyway. It feels dry, it can take a lot of products. But if you're unsure if you've got dry hair, just a really good test. You can take a piece of hair that's already attached to your head. If you're struggling to reach around, a really good thing you could do is just take a hair out of a hairbrush that you've already got, like one that's already shed, and then just between your finger and thumb, you just want to pull that hair just ever so gently. So it should have a little bit of stretch to it and then return back to shape. That means there's moisture in the hair. My hair doesn't, and the fact that my hair is almost like a sponge, it can absorb and take a lot of products. I know that my hair's dry. If your hair has got a little bit of stretch to it and returns back to shape, then that's perfect. That's what your hair is supposed to do. If your hair isn't necessarily dry then, and you might just need to look for a different shampoo and conditioner, and I'm going to go on to the different categories and the different types. All of those ones that I mentioned for dry hair are again ideal for curly or textured hair, because curly and textured hair and wavy hair is naturally dry. But if any of those you feel like maybe you've tried them, they're not quite heavy or not quite rich enough for you, then that's when you want a shampoo and conditioner specifically for curly hair. So these are my favorites. So first up, the Redken All Soft Mega Curls. I love the All Soft range. Designed for curly hair, it's just even more rich and intense and nourishing compared to the regular All Soft. Next up, Hairstars do a range specifically for curly hair. It's called the Curl Manifesto range. It smells incredible, really designed to nourish and hydrate the curls, produce less frizz and less kind of fluffy flyaway hairs, because again, if you've got curly hair, one of the things you might battle with is frizz. So it really kind of controls those curls and keeps them ringlety and just all kind of defined. And then also I do really like the Living Proof curl range, just a bit more nourishing and thicker than kind of a standard shampoo and conditioner for dry hair. I see on the market now so many shampoo and conditioners for damaged hair because we're doing chemical damage, how harsh you're brushing it, things like that. A lot of people suffer with damage. So the market has seen a massive increase in shampoos and conditioners for damaged hair. But the one thing I will say, just make sure you check if your hair actually needs shampoo and conditioner and hair care in general for damage. Not everyone's hair is damaged. But a super easy way, again, to check for damage, that simple stretch test. If you just take one strand of hair and say if you're pulling it but it's really stretchy, it should stretch like a tiny bit in return, but if it's really stretchy, that isn't any good. Or if it stretches and snaps, that really isn't good. Or if it just stretches and kind of doesn't then return back to shape, again, that's not good. It just means your hair has got no structure, it's lost the integrity of the hair, the keratin's gone. That will definitely happen when you are over chemically processing your hair. So if your hair is in that state, then these shampoos and conditioners are really great. So first up, the Redken Acidic Bonding Concentrate range. The shampoo and conditioner in this is amazing. I love the smell. It's not heavy or anything like that. I love the packaging and the branding as well. Acidic Bonding Concentrate range is acidic, as it says in the title. Acids are great for the hair because our hair is naturally slightly acidic anyway. On the pH level, your hair and your skin is around about 4.5 to 5.5. So on the scale, it's slightly towards the acidic end rather than alkaline. Anything actually acidic is great for the hair. It really seals down the cuticle, makes the hair super shiny, rebuilds the bonds back into your hair. I think probably a lot of us have heard about bond builders, but essentially what that means, when your hair is broken, the bonds are broken within the hair. So products like this will kind of make the hair and the bonds fuse together. So yes, it kind of temporarily will fix the hair and make the appearance look and feel so much better. Next up, a range that I'm absolutely loving is the Kerastase Premier range. Yes, I have actually used this on my own hair and I love it. I love the smell. The smell is Portofino Summer. It's something I wouldn't maybe use it constantly on the regular because, as I say, my hair isn't necessarily damaged. It's more on that dry side, but 100% I do see the benefits when I use it. But why I love this, it isn't just kind of like a bond builder that fuses those bonds together. What it also does is it removes excess calcium from your hair. And you might be thinking, well, how can too much calcium be bad? Calcium only gets into the hair from water, from hard water areas. So I live in the UK. It is quite notoriously a hard water area, especially London. The water's so hard. So hard water means you've got excess, you've got so many minerals in that water that, yeah, are quite harsh for the hair and the skin. So what the Kerastase Premier range does is full of glycolic acid. This actually removes the excess calcium, and then all the other active ingredients can get to work with rebuilding the bonds. So too much calcium in the hair will just cause it to be really rigid and really stiff, and that's what my hair is. My hair's stiff, it hasn't got that stretch. So that's why also for my hair and my hair type, the Premier range is really great. So yeah, if you're also feeling like your hair is stiff, rigid, you just need a bit more fluidity back to it, then definitely I'd recommend giving the Kerastase Premier range a try. And then the third range that I think is really great for damaged hair is the Aveda Botanical Repair range. Out of the three of these, I'd say the Aveda Botanical Repair feels the most rich and the most kind of nourishing. So if you really have bleached, damaged, frazzled hair, then I think the Aveda Botanical Repair range will be great for you. But over time, if you have any of those that I just mentioned, damaged hair, it's breaking, it's like stretching and breaking, it's super damaged, you need to be using repairing shampoo and conditioner and hair care straight away. And over time, if you use any of those three that I just mentioned, I can guarantee you are going to see improvements within your hair and your hair actually physically mending, repairing, looking better. And obviously when it looks better and feels better, it breaks less. So you're also going to start seeing your hair actually grow more as well. So definitely recommend all those three ranges. Next for fine hair, so I actually get asked quite a lot what are my recommendations for fine hair, and I know it's so frustrating when you've spent money and good money as well on a shampoo and conditioner that you think is gonna make your hair feel amazing, but if it's too heavy for your hair, then it's just a complete waste of money because you're just not really gonna want to use it. So these three ranges that I'm gonna mention are super lightweight for your hair, amazing for fine hair that, yeah, just feels heavy and weighed down from the roots. First up, you got the Philip Kingsley Bodybuilding Weightless range. I really like how the shampoo also comes out with like precise nozzle. That's quite a cool feature. Just super lightweight, really cleanses the hair, doesn't leave anything left in the hair. Next, the Living Proof Full range. This is super lightweight and they've actually just reformulated it, and they've got in a technology called silicone, and it replicates those amazing feelings and benefits of silicone. There's nothing wrong with silicone. Coats the hair and makes it feel silky and soft and amazing, but the only thing with silicone, yes, they can build up in the hair and make your hair definitely weigh down down and feel really weighted and heavy, so that isn't great for fine hair types. Living Proof Full Range, it contains silicone technology, which is, yeah, just replicated all the amazing benefits of silicone but without actually being a silicone. And then you've got the Redken Volume Injection range, super lightweight. Again, I love the packaging and the branding, just these baby pink bottles, and yeah, just doesn't leave anything in the hair. If you don't have fine hair, but maybe you've got thinning hair, very different. So thinning hair is when you can actually notice from the scalp, your hair is actually thinning, it's shedding out, you've actually got way less density from the scalp. One range I would recommend is just Nioxin. Nioxin is so brilliant, actually making that hair regrow back, especially if the hair follicle where your hair actually grows out from, if that's not fully closed over, which is worst case scenario. So if you catch it early enough, Nioxin is such a brilliant range for actually making that hair grow back through the follicle. And I recently went to an event with Nioxin and they explained how it works, and this blew my mind. I didn't even actually know this, but your scalp has scent receptors. How amazing is that? So your scalp can actually smell, and inside Nioxin they have this ingredient called sandalore, which is like a derivative of sandalwood, and your scalp can literally smell that because it smells so amazing. The scent receptors almost open up, the pores are open and the follicles are open to then receive all of the goodness from that Nioxin range. So yeah, another reason why I just think it's so great. It's so bespoke for different hair types. You can buy Nioxin, but you can buy a range for coloured hair, for dry hair, for fine hair, and it's got different ranges within Nioxin. So it's still got those great hair regrowth ingredients inside Nioxin, but yeah, it's slightly catered towards different hair types. If your hair is shedding out due to breakage, which is different, your hair is so fine and so fragile, it's so fragile it keeps breaking, then you want a different range. Nioxin, I guess, is for, you could be postpartum, you could be going through so many different hormonal changes and things like that. That's what's making your hair shed. But if your hair is shedding due to breakage, quite different, then I would definitely recommend the Hairstylist Genesis range. What this actually does, all the ingredients make the hair so much stronger, and it anchors that hair into the follicle, so it stops it being so weak. So some of us naturally, our hair is just kind of really weak inside the follicle and it will just fall out super easy. So if you're brushing your hair, just so much falls out. So the Genesis range anchors the hair in and makes it stronger. If you find you have a scalp concern, then you need to swap out your shampoo, but technically you could then use any kind of the above conditioners, whether you've got dry hair, damaged hair, and then you can kind of mix and match. But the shampoos that work really great for dandruff, first of all, there's the Philip Kingsley Itchy Flaky range. And then I absolutely love the Vichy Durkos range. It's similar to Nioxin, it's catered towards slightly different needs and different concerns. So yes, you might have dandruff, but is that dandruff caused from a dry to normal scalp, or is it caused because you've got an oily scalp? You can pick your Vichy Durkos anti-dandruff shampoo depending on what your scalp condition is like. The anti-dandruff shampoos usually work by containing ingredients such as salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is a gentle exfoliator. It's found in so many skincare products. So it just gently over time and over usage, it gently kind of works away and removes that top layer of skin and really cleanses it. And they're also usually found with really soothing ingredients like aloe vera or peppermint as well, just to give that really cooling, soothing effect. And I would definitely recommend these over something like Head and Shoulders, for example. It's just so strong and intense. It will strip the scalp completely. So you're like, oh my God, all my dandruff is completely gone, but it strips it back too much. So with a lot of these professional products, they just work gently and over time rather than giving you like a whole fresh layer of scalp, because if anything, then it makes your scalp condition, you've not got rid of the scalp condition, you've not made it any better. It just kind of makes it go into overdrive and it will be producing even more sebum, which is your scalp's oil, and even more dandruff, and you're in this kind of crazy cycle then. If you've got an oily scalp, you've got a scalp imbalance. Shampoos that I love and I would recommend for that, again, it's the Vichy Durkos. They do one for oil control, and then one that I just rave about, and I used to recommend this to all of my clients in the salon, Hairstylist Specifique Bain d'Yvelines. These are designed to, over time, balance out the imbalance in your scalp. So if you do have an oily scalp, it means there's an imbalance. Our scalps should be producing sebum, which is the scalp's oil. If it's overproducing that, there's just an imbalance somewhere. Just some of us naturally will produce more than average. So yeah, what these work to do is just completely balance that out, back on average levels of sebum production again. They were our shampoos and conditioners. I feel like we just had so much to run through there, because I honestly feel like you need to get the shampoo and conditioner right. It's the first base before anything. When I speak to so many of you or clients, they're really just not getting on with their hair. They feel like products are too heavy. Most of the time it is your shampoo and conditioner that you haven't quite nailed and haven't got quite right before then you move on to anything else. Now we've got those out of the way, shampoos and conditioners, let's move on to all our other hair care, and I'm going to try and get through these much quicker because there's not going to be as many for all different kinds of hair types. Let's talk about pre-wash treatment. So these are a huge thing actually. As a professional, we've always used them and known about them, but really I guess over the last 2 years now, consumers know about them, buying them and wanting to give their hair a treatment before you actually wash it. A lot of these exist, they need to be working on damp hair, but because then if you were to leave it in the hair, they probably, A, they might still continue to keep working, which then isn't good. It'll be too much. And then B, probably they'd just be too heavy if they were designed to be like leave-in products. They actually need to be washed and cleansed out. So this is just my whole basket of pre-wash hair treatments, and I'm going to run you through some of my favorites. This is the Apres Bond Repair Treatment. I've only recently been using this actually. It's so good, and the reason why I think it's so good because it's so easy to use. So you just spray it onto dry hair, which is again super easy. You don't need to do anything beforehand. Spray it onto dry hair, only wait 10 minutes, and then you just get in your shower and then wash like usual. So yeah, use any of the above shampoo and conditioners that we just mentioned. This works as a bond repairing treatment, and then what you do, that is the actual treatment itself in this little glass bottle. You empty all of that into your water spray, and then you fill all the rest of this up with just water. So you're diluting it almost like you would like a squash or a juice. That one is great for damage, any kind of damage to the mid-lengths and ends, and most of us, let's face it, have some sort of damage to the mid-lengths and ends. This is holy grail, and I know so many people rave about this and talk about it and use it, but it's the Philip Kingsley Elasticizer. So many products we see again on the market, and I kind of touched on this earlier, they are so geared towards damaged hair types, but not all of us have damage necessarily. We don't have chemical damage. It literally, as it says on the tin, elasticizer. As I was mentioning earlier, your hair should stretch a little bit, be a bit elastic, and return back to shape. This is exactly what this does. So if your hair, you've stretched it, it's quite brittle and it's quite stiff, this is going to add that moisture and elasticity and bounce back to the hair. So what you actually need to do to apply this one, you need to wet down your hair first. The easiest way I find to do this, you can either just tip your head over the bath, rinse it with some warm water, and then squeeze it with a towel because it only needs to be damp, or put some warm water in just a water spray and spray all of your hair down. It looks like, it is literally almost like a mask like product. You need to apply a good amount, so I apply a lot all throughout my hair when I pop this on. Leave for 10 to 20 minutes, the longer the better. So sometimes I do literally leave it on for like an hour because it is making my hair more supple and more bouncy and kind of elastic. There's nothing wrong with leaving this on longer, I think, whereas something that's repairing damage, you don't really want to leave that on any longer than it should be on for. Also does recommend to cover it with a shower cap. Sometimes I'll just put on my microfiber hair turban to keep that warmth in as well, because when your hair's warm and your scalp's warm, it helps to kind of raise that cuticle layer and for the treatment to really get in as well. So one of my absolute favorites. Then next, I'm going to show you these two because I can't really decide between the both, but now we're going to talk about exfoliation. So not physical, like manual exfoliation with, you know, like a scrub. We're not talking scrub. Again, these gently exfoliate. So this is the Maria Nila Purifying Cleanse. This exfoliates the scalp. This one you can actually apply onto damp or dry hair. You literally only leave it on for 10 minutes. That definitely needs to be thoroughly washed out, 2 shampoos afterwards. But again, just a super easy thing. On a Sunday, we've got a bit more time. Pop that in and it's only 10 minutes. This contains those ingredients, as I was mentioning earlier, salicylic acid, like aloe vera, and things to really calm and soothe the scalp. So I would recommend scalp exfoliation for anyone who, I mean, it's great for everyone, to be honest with you. Or if you use a lot of products, especially dry shampoo, a lot of you are like layering up a lot of dry shampoo, then do a scalp exfoliation like once a week if you feel like your hair feels build up with products. And then this is very similar as well. Paul Mitchell Tea Tree Special Detox Kombucha Rinse. And again, you apply this onto the scalp, but why I love this, you can actually apply this all onto the hair as well. Feel like your mid-lengths and ends need a good cleanse and a bit of a detox, you can apply that to scalp all over the mid-lengths and ends as well. You do need to apply it onto wet hair before you shampoo and rinse it out. You can just leave this on for 1 to 3 minutes. Personally, I have left this on for longer, this one. If I tend to do maybe that on my scalp, I'm doing something else on my ends, so maybe I've left that on for 10 minutes. But this one does feel tingly and quite pepperminty. You might not want to leave this on too long just if you don't enjoy that sensation, but some people love that sensation. Okay, so they are pre-hair wash treatments. Definitely something I'd recommend. Not an absolute essential, but I feel like so many more people are getting into them now. And yeah, just a really nice thing, a nice treatment to suit your hair once a week, or definitely once every bi-weekly. This is one of my biggest baskets now and one of my favourites. These are my leave-in conditioning sprays. Now, everyone, doesn't matter what hair type you've got, what hair length you've got, everyone in my opinion needs a leave-in conditioning spray. So these all slightly vary. Most of them I will say contain heat protection, and that's one of the main reasons why I'd say everyone needs one of these. They just do so many things in one. If you're not sure of what product to invest in, honestly, one of these is the best thing to invest in, because not only do they hydrate, they protect, they nourish, they're lightweight. I mean, I'll go through and show you different ones for different hair types. Basically, everyone needs a leave-in conditioning spray, and these are some of my favorites. Gotta start it off with one of my all-time favorites. Most of my videos feature this product, I swear they do, and I just get through so much of this, only like the tiniest bit of this. This is the Living Proof No Frizz Smooth Styling Spray. So it says it's for fine hair, not gonna weigh your hair down, it's not gonna be too heavy. I don't necessarily have fine hair, so I have like medium density hair. So again, if you've got medium density hair, this will be perfect for you. It gets rid of smooth, it defrizzes the hair, defluffs the hair, it contains heat protection. It's almost like a primer. Before you do your makeup, you put a primer on, or at least you put like a face cream on. This is like your priming product. It does everything that you need to before you then go in and layer with like more intensive products and products which are gonna further nourish your hair. But yeah, this is such a great all-rounder for those of you who do have frizz and fluff and you just want that perfect, smooth, sleek base, not heavy. I've been using this so much lately. I've only got a little bit left in this one. This is the Briogeo Farewell Frizz Milk Leave-In Conditioning Spray. So out of these two, if you want something heavier because you've got curly hair or just more dry hair, this would be heavier because it's more milky in texture. I'll tell you what I'll do, spray it in my hand. Briogeo one, that milky, creamy texture. I actually find on my hair, if I spray too much, sometimes I can go a bit crazy with products because I know my hair can take a lot, but actually sometimes too much of this, you can feel it. And then let me just spray Living Proof one in my hand. That's a Living Proof one up there. You can see how that's so much more thinner and kind of more watery, whereas your Briogeo one is more creamy there. I've been loving using the Briogeo one as well lately. Just that little bit more nourishing and hydrating. Another leave-in conditioning spray. This is so empty. These, you can really tell these are my favorites. This is the Matrix Miracle Creator 20. I cannot tell you how many people I've put on this product. I think it's super affordable. It does so many things in one. That's why it's called 20. It does technically 20 things in one. It's not heavy for the hair. I think it's great for all hair types, especially if you've got fine hair, not going to weigh the hair down. Protects from heat, seals the cuticle, detangles the hair, leave-in conditioner, makes the hair feel more hydrated, and the list goes on. It does so many things. One of my all-time favorites, and it's got like a really nice sweet smell to it. Kerastars have just released a brand new range called the Gloss Absolute range. It's designed for long hair prone to frizz. I was like, okay, I'm the ideal candidate for this kind of product. My hair gets frizzy, it gets fluffy. The main reason why I use products is, yeah, to get that sleek, smooth finish and hydrate the hair, but you don't want to weigh the hair down. So that's exactly what this range is ideal for. So I guess finer to medium hair types, you don't want something too heavy. This whole range is designed to be frizz fighting, but super lightweight. This stuff is incredible, and it's called the Anti-Frizz Glaze Milk, and even just the name in itself just sounds so dreamy and so like luxurious when you use it. It contains hyaluronic acid, glycolic acid, and wild rose in oil. So these are really ingredients that are found in skincare as well to keep it super lightweight. It's that milky, I'll show you again on my hand, milky consistency. I guess actually that's similar consistency to the Living Proof one. Milky, but it's not thick. You can definitely see it's not as thick as the Briogeo one. And you need to smell this. It smells absolutely incredible. So it does contain coconut oil, it says in here, but I can really smell like really orangey smell. It just goes without saying, all the Kerastars products smell amazing, but honestly, this is going to be, in terms of leave-in conditioning spray, it could potentially rise to number one. It's definitely in there with my top favorites, and I've only just got it. Another basket which is super full. I have so many of these products. These are the leave-in blow dry creams. I would say and suggest that everyone needs a leave-in blow dry cream. They're ideal for everyone. Some people might be put off if they have fine hair, they don't want their hair to be weighed down, but I'm going to show you some alternatives to that, and again, different blow dry creams for different reasons. So if you are one of those people who say, oh, I don't need a blow dry cream because I don't want anything heavy, I don't want it to weigh it down, you haven't tried this. This is the Virtue Flourish Thickening Styling Treatment. It plumps, volumizes, protects, so contains heat protection, just plumps up the hair. I'll show you a bit in my hand. I feel like whenever you're talking through products, you need to just see what that product looks like. If you do have fine hair, yeah, probably probably just apply like a little bit like that into the hair, and then as I massage it into my hand, you can see it almost like disappeared. It's got more balmy texture. So that's why it doesn't weigh the hair down, because it isn't creamy. It isn't really thick and creamy. It's just gone to more like a balm. It smells amazing. It's like very lemony. Again, it's kind of like an all-in-one. I love that it also protects from heat. This is amazing before you blow dry the hair. It's not one if you're just gonna like leave the hair to air dry. You really want to blow dry it in to, yeah, get that real plumping, volumizing effect. If you've got damaged hair, then this is incredible. It's the K18 Professional Molecular Repair Leave-In Hair Mask. Don't let the name of the product put you off. It technically, in my eyes, goes in this category as a leave-in blow dry cream because it's a creamy product. This is what it looks like. You don't need a lot of this at all. If you put too much of this in, it definitely will be too heavy for your hair. So they recommend applying a pump at a time, and then you just keep adding to it. In my hair, I'd probably apply 4 pumps, I want to say. What you want to do is really work that into your hands, and you can see it kind of goes a bit white. Apply that all throughout onto damp hair. Oh, actually, look, it's getting more white now. You don't need to do this. Some people say online, oh, you need to do this to activate the product. That doesn't. There's no like activation process. It goes white so you can see where you're putting it, which is quite handy. Just don't go too much with this product. It's for damaged hair. It repairs the bonds within the hair. I use this especially after I've done like a color service on someone, or you can just use it whenever. Obviously not too much, probably like once a week, once every 2 weeks. It makes the hair look so shiny, like glass-like shine. Really, really rate this, recommend this. This doesn't protect from heat protection because it's not like a hair styling product. It is really hair care. That's when you could use like your blow dry spray, for example, one that contains heat protection. Apply that after. The one thing I will say about this, you need to make sure that you wait 4 minutes before you apply anything else. So get out of the shower. Don't apply conditioner as well with this product. There's quite a few rules with this product, so if you're thinking of getting this, just read the full website and all the full description. You don't apply conditioner. Shampoo twice, get out the shower, really, really towel dry your hair and blot out all of that water, and then yeah, you apply this, wait 4 minutes before then you can apply any other styling products to your hair, and that's just so it really can then get into your hair and get to work without any other products kind of blocking that or preventing that. Oh, what am I going to pick now? I feel like I've got too many favorites in this basket. I think the next one is gonna have to be Hair Ritual by Sisley Le Creme 230. It is a really lovely milky blow dry cream. It isn't heavy, so I think again this would be great for finer hair types or all hair types. You could just apply more if you have thicker, coarser hair. Really nice, lightweight, milky cream that does not weigh the hair down, protects from heat, protects obviously up to 230 degrees because it's called Le Creme 230. Smells amazing, smells quite like, I don't know, it's like they have such a signature smell, the Hair Ritual by Sisley products. A bit lemony, but I can't put my finger on what it smells. I'm really bad at describing smells, obviously, if you can't tell. I just feel with any of the Hair Ritual by Sisley products, I feel so bougie using them as well. Like, they aren't cheap, I will say that. They are more on the pricey side, but this is so worth it. Like, you just feel amazing when you use it, and it makes the hair look incredible, just silky, shiny, protected, and just healthy. Next up we have, maybe my favourite, the hair oil basket. You can see it is literally overflowing. I maybe need a bigger basket for this one because I've got so many different oils here. Again, hair oil is one of those products I would say no one should be skipping. It does not matter what hair type you have. It does not matter if you have fine hair. If you feel like, oh, that's going to weigh my hair down. If you feel like that, honestly, you've just been using the wrong hair oil. Hair oils are designed to nourish the hair, hydrate the hair. All hair, even if you have fine hair, it needs a little bit of oil to nourish and hydrate because your hair is so old. This is like years old, and that's been on your head for so many years. Like, it needs TLC. These are my favorite hair oils, and again, I'm going to show you different ones for different hair types. Take a shot every time I've said Kerastase in this video. This is my favorite hair oil out of all of them. It's advertised for all hair types, and I would agree it's for all hair types. I absolutely love the bottle that it comes in. It now comes in this really eco-friendly refillable bottle, so you would always keep that. That's the glass bit, but then this is like your plastic bit, and like you can see how much I love it because of how much I've used of this oil. Personally, on my hair, I put 2 full pumps of oil into damp hair and then blow dry it in, and then I always finish with a little bit more oil also. So obviously that's quite a lot. Like 2 full pumps to some people would be quite a lot. So if you have fine hair, you just really rein that back, and you might just need 1 pump. If you're really scared and you don't want to ruin your freshly washed hair, just go with half a pump, and you can always add more. That's the one thing I say with oils, you can always add add more, just don't be afraid of it. It smells amazing. It has French camellia oil inside. Just feels super luxury as you're using it, and I would definitely say if you treat yourself to this oil, it's something that you're not going to be disappointed with. It's something that even just looks lovely on your dressing table, like say with your hair perfumes and things like that. Great all-rounder, and especially good for those of you with dry, curlier, coarser hair types. Really great. If you do have fine hair and you are like, no, I don't care, even if that says it's for all hair types, I need an oil that is going to be for fine hair that I know is not going to weigh my hair down. This is the oil for you. It's the Living Proof No Frizz Vanishing Oil. It is so lightweight. Out of all my oils here, this is the most lightweight oil, I can guarantee you. I love the fact it comes in a pipette dropper, so what you can actually do, instead of like pumping out oil, you can choose exactly how much oil you put in your hair, even that much. In dry hair, you're like, I need a tiny smidge. You could put one droplet of oil in and then just run that into dry hair. So doing a droplet is great if you're just putting it into dry hair. If you're putting it into damp hair, all of these, any oil by the way, is designed to go into damp hair or dry hair. You can put it in either. Maybe I do a whole pipette on each side of my hair. I love to go in and finish with it. So lightweight. If you have fine hair, you won't be disappointed with that. Oh, there's quite a few. Do you know what? Again, I'm gonna give a new shout out to some new oil that I've been really enjoying using lately, and just the concept. I love the concept. Rehab Your Hair, I think the brand is called, and they are the oil capsules. I was like, what a brilliant idea, and I can't believe no one's done this already. So you get a whole tub of them, and how many? There's 30 doses, so there's 30 capsules included. Each capsule has just got the perfect amount of oil that you need for your hair, and I thought, just how amazing is that when you're going away on a holiday? So say you're literally going away, you just take hand luggage. You can literally just drop a few of those in your little hand luggage pouch. Even if you're going for a week but you just don't want to take a whole bottle of oil that might leak, just take one for each day. Effectively, you just give that a twist. It only needs like the tiniest little hole in for then the oil to come out. So twist that, and then the perfect amount of oil will come out into your hands, and it isn't a thick, heavy oil at all. It's just a really nice, lightweight oil. All of that, if you pop that into your hands, that's great for damp hair. You would only need a little smidgen for dry hair, but such a really nice, lightweight oil, and I love the concept of that one. Lastly, I feel like I need to do a thicker oil for those of you with thicker, coarser hair types, and in that case, the best one is the Unite U oil. So this is purely an argan oil, and I say that because a lot of oils, they're a mix and a blend of different oil, but the U oil is just purely argan oil. So obviously argan comes from the nut. It's a much thicker, richer oil, and if you're unsure whether an oil is like thick or it's more runny and more lightweight, you can literally just tell by, I guess, how quick it flows in the bottle. So this is, you can see it's like a thicker oil. If you have curly, textured, coarse hair, this will be the oil for you. Super hydrating and nourishing. But again, it won't weigh the hair down, but it's definitely heavier and more rich, shall we say, than those other oils I just mentioned. Now we are on to scalp serums. Healthy hair will only ever come from a healthy scalp. That is so true. And I think now people are just investing, and they're just so much more conscious of actually taking care of their scalp. And that is what a hair serum does. Probably no secret. I talk about this all the time. Maybe not so much on my YouTube, I guess. Instagram, for example, I talk about this so much. This is my favorite. It's the Hair Ritual by Sisley Revitalizing Fortifying Serum. Almost at the end of that. I don't know if you can see, but I've already got a brand new one like there, and it's box ready to go. Scalp serums are so lightweight. They're designed to be lightweight because you leave them in the scalp. You don't rinse these out. So this would be a good step. Say after you've washed your hair, well, you can put it in dry hair, to be honest. So on a hair wash day, when I have washed my hair, before I put my other ones in, I do this first, and then I'll take my scalp massaging brush, massage that in. It only goes up to that line, the dropper. So that's how much you put into your hair. And yeah, you just drop it all throughout. I've been putting it like here, like your recession points, or like here, places where I guess you would just start to thin really, and start to like lose and shed hair. I was doing this every day. I saw such big improvements, and then I spoke to someone from Hair Ritual by Sisley, and they said, oh, you don't need to do it every day. That's only like at the start, and now you really need to space it out, because yeah, there's only so much you can like force the scalp and the follicles to grow essentially. So you just don't want to really be wasting products. And now it's something I do probably like twice a week now, for example. But honestly, if you want to see denser, hair grow through, or your hair grow through quicker, this is so good. Again, it's not cheap, but worth the investment if you're really passionate about, yes, seeing new hair grow through and thicker, fuller hair on your scalp. Very similar, this is the Living Proof. It's the Scalp Care Density Serum. Again, works in the same way. It's the same consistency, super lightweight, and they're really watery, which is really important because you just want these to absorb into the scalp. This is designed to promote thicker, newer hair growing through, but what this also does, reduce the amount of grey or white hairs growing through, which I think is, yeah, really interesting with that one. Both of those are ideal for hair that's like started to shed, or just hair that's just looking. Some people naturally will have very low density, so you know when you can really see the scalp through the hair, there's just not many hairs actually growing through your follicles. So yeah, you can improve and make more hairs effectively grow through the follicles by using things like that. This is the Nioxin Leave-In Scalp Serum, and this one you actually spray in, which I think is quite nice. It feels really refreshing, quite pepperminty. This is really designed if you are seeing hair loss and hair fall, whereas those other two are more just for, yeah, hair that's starting to thin and it's just a bit sparse and just low hair density. This is more for hair shedding. This one you actually spray in up to 15 pumps on the scalp, so spray up to 15 pumps. Again, massage it in. Great for making new hair grow through. We are almost there, guys. This is the very last basket we're running through, and this is the overnight hair care. This I keep by my bedside table, and again, you can see it's literally almost empty. This is the Kerastase Nutritive 8-Hour Magic Night Serum. It's just so good. Again, I would say everyone could benefit from putting a little something in their hair before they go to bedtime. Ideally, pop like a silk bonnet, a silk cap over your hair. 2 pumps of this. It really just nourishes and hydrates the ends. Even if you've washed your hair that day, but over the day, it's just amazing how the ends can feel just dry, especially when you're going to sleep for like 6 to 8 hours. It's not going to feel heavy or be sticky when you wake up the next day, for example. Yeah, just apply 1 or 2 pumps. Really great, that one. If you don't want to, so say if you've got fine hair and you're really against the idea of putting in something creamy or serumy overnight, then this is so good. It's the IGK Antisocial Overnight Bond Building Dry Hair Mask. It's got vegan silk extract in it, but it is literally like a spray. So if you're like, no, there's no way I want to be putting in anything serumy, literally, look at that. You just spray that in overnight. It doesn't make the hair oily, greasy, sticky, anything like that. So I've had this for so long, I don't even use it that much because it's like, I don't want to run out of it. It's so good. And again, maybe this is one I need to keep by my bedside table and maybe just alternate it between that and that. It smells amazing as well. But yeah, that is so good. Really recommend that one. For those of you with coarse, thick, textured hair, absolutely, you will probably be wanting something more nourishing and more hydrating. This is the Hair Ritual by Sisley Restructuring Nourishing Balm. For a start, it smells amazing. It looks like lemon curd. Do you know what? Not even just overnight. I keep it in my overnight basket because I will use this because it is more intense and a bit more nourishing. I'll use this on the night before I know I'm going to wash my hair the next morning, for example. So then I'll go in heavy with it. I'll use quite a lot, but you don't even need to do that. So you could literally just do the tiniest little amount, rub that into your hands, and then what it does, it actually turns then into, so it's like an oily balm. So yeah, you can see that little tiny bit has gone a long way. So if you're not washing your hair the next day, but you still just want something more nourishing and rich to hydrate the hair, then yeah, just pop that into the end and look at that shine. It's just giving my ponytail there, depending on your hair type and what you're after, but definitely invest in something for overnight to hydrate and look after your hair. Again, I feel like I need a glass of water after that. I have spoke for so long. Yeah, I really hope that hair care helped you. I really hope there was something in there for you. I've tried to tick off like for all hair types, textures. Definitely think there's something in there for everyone. If you've still got more questions on your specific hair type or the order you use things in, please leave them below and I will get back to you and I will answer. And as always, if you enjoyed this video or learned anything new, I'd really appreciate if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because I post hair videos like this every single week. And if you do subscribe, I'll be seeing you next week for another one of my videos. Bye guys.